name is Ariel, and you have reached Spirit Animal Sunday with a special edition. Well, it's actually not Spirit Animal Sunday, it's Monday. I was sick yesterday. I was just not able to do it, guys. So I'm here on Monday, and I'm doing a special edition of Spirit Animal Monday by also adding a bonus full moon reading, because tonight is our full moon in the sign of Cancer. The sun, of course, is at 27 degrees of Capricorn, so the moon by proxy is across from that sun sign in the sign of emotional Cancer. Both Cancer and Capricorn are very security conscious signs. Cancer is more emotional security, and Capricorn is more financial and, tangible security. So those are the kind of balancing energies we have going on tonight as this full moon arrives. I would also say that the full moon in Cancer, even though it is super cloudy, I cannot see it. There's no way I'm going to be able to see it tonight, but it is one of the most beautiful full moons of the year. Cancer is a happy place for the moon because the moon does rule the sign of Cancer. So when it's there, it's basically at home in its own sign. So it likes to be there. It's a good place for it. However, guys, as you may have noticed or been aware of, the energies are very intense. Have you noticed? Have you felt it? Have you been feeling it? It's really been tough. I've been very sick, straight up, this past week. I've been really dealing with a lot of ups and downs in my health. I do not know what I have. I don't think it's COVID. I'm not somebody that gets out and around a lot of people a lot of the time, but there's no way to completely know. And you can't get tested here for free. So it's just the way that is. If I do have it, it's very, very mild. I haven't had any flu-like symptoms, but I feel like crap. Like, I just feel like crap. I am exhausted. I sleep all day. I, eat and I sleep, and I eat and I sleep. And, I just could not do it yesterday. So here I am. I'm marginally better today. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm still, feeling, but I'm here. It's been very hard. It's been a really, really rough week. And I know that you guys are feeling it too. There's emotional intensity, there's physical intensity. In all honesty, the more that you can kind of hibernate the next couple weeks, the better. And the reason for that is because we do have Venus and Mercury both in retrograde now. Fun. The Venus retrograde ends on January 29th. And the Mercury retrograde ends on February 3rd. So I really feel like once we kind of pass over, Imbolc, Bridget's Day, Groundhog Day, which is on February 2nd, once we get past that 3rd, things will slowly but surely get better. And I really feel like things will feel a whole lot nicer, because then we go into a period of relative peace and harmony where we have all of our planets moving in direct motion. Uranus goes direct this week as well. So, we will have all of our planets moving forward by February 3rd. It's going to feel a whole lot different. But right now, guys, I do continue to ask for patience with me. I know there's people that have personal readings and stuff. I have just not had the energy. I have been barely keeping up with just my regular eBay work. So guys, just hang in there with me. I'm just have not been well. A lot of people are not well right now. It's, stuff is going around. I'm not sure exactly what all of it is, but it's going around. So that's that disclaimer out of the way. I think that we have a lot of that planetary intensity. I think a lot of folks are feeling it. We have a lot of birthdays coming up here on the channel. A lot of my folks. A big happy birthday and shout out to our wonderful friend and moderator, David. I don't think he's in the chat right now, but he is our little Baltimore buddy, our wild Irishman. His birthday is today. I hope he is having a wonderful time no matter what he's doing right now. Our beautiful Krista, my little Capricorn sister, her birthday is tomorrow on the 18th, so a big shout out to her. Absolutely love her being in the chat. And my birthday, woohoo, is on the 19th, on Wednesday. That will be my birthday. I'll try to get in here and at least do a short, quick live stream to say hello on my birthday. I always have a joke that my birthdays are never very energetically good. And the reason for that is because I was born with my sun in the 12th house. The 12th house is the hardest house of the chart. And so literally every year on my birthday, my solar transit is happening in that 12th house, and it makes me very emotional, sensitive, um, introverted, right? Because the 12th house is where you go to deal with all of the things that you've experienced like for the past year, and you're processing, and it's very emotional, kind of like the energy is not super high. So I always joke that like give me a week or two after my birthday, I feel so much better. It's like everything starts to move because then the sun moves over my rising sign and I'm ready to go. So that is our week. We have lots of cuspy goats here. And today would also have been the amazing Betty White's 100th birthday. She was a January 17th Capricorn. Um, so there you go. A lot of good people born on these cuspy goat days. I know so many people born on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's a really fun vibe. It's that Capricorn Aquarius cusp, and it really is cool. I love being born on that edge of that because I like embodying both of those energies. So if I missed anybody who's got a goat birthday, you let me know. I'll shout you out. So tonight we're going to look into a little bit of everything, because we have our spirit animal readings. This will be for the next 2 weeks. We're also going to be pulling just a few cards to give you guys each a boost about what's going on with the full moon. I have not had, like I said, I have not been well, so I did not have time and energy to record all 12 individual full moon readings, which I usually do. So I'm going to add a little full moon read to each of these. We will be using the Moonology, Queen of the Moon, and the Moonology Manifestations. So we'll just get, one card for the subject at hand that this full moon is bringing up. We'll get one card to clarify and one card that gives a potential outcome to that situation. So that's the way we will do it. We'll do the spirit animals, and we'll also do the full moon in Cancer read for each of our signs. So guys, you tell me what you would like to start with. We can start with either Capricorn, since we're still in Capricorn season, or we could start with Cancer, since it is their big full moon tonight. I'm kind of thinking let's give Cancer, let's give them. They don't get first place again until summer. So let's let Cancer go first tonight. How about that? I think that sounds good. We can look at the astrology of this. I absolutely did print out my chart. We really have so much going on. This is just a very intense time, you guys. There is our sun in Capricorn. There is the sun conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. You can tell the intensity is here. Anytime the sun is in conjunction with Pluto, which is that death, destruction, rebirth, resurrection energy, Scorpio energy, it's always going to feel really intense and a very deep dive. Of course, the people that are feeling this the most are us late degree Capricorns. Funny enough, we're talking about those cuspy Capricorns. We're the ones feeling it the heaviest and the most. It may feel like the deepest of deep dives. You may feel like something psychologically has really been triggered in a big, big way, whether it's feeling good or feeling bad or otherwise. There's something big going on in your psyche, going on in your further emotional and spiritual development. You're identifying things that you may say, I just can't take that anymore. You may have some real psychological or emotional breakthroughs and say, wow, this is huge. I can see the light, and it helps you to inform you of what you should do next. A lot of it, of course, has to do with our personal relationships. We're really thinking about them. We're really feeling them out, because look at that Venus retrograde in Capricorn as well. So Venus retrogrades only come around about once every 2 years. And when we experience those, we're absolutely, thinking about whether we can work a relationship and make it last. And it's certainly about making it last, because Capricorn energy is about thinking about long term, the long haul, long-term success. And when Venus is in retrograde in that sign, you will absolutely be feeling that need to kind of go, maybe I love this person, maybe I'll love them a lot, but can this stand the test of time? Can it stand the Capricorn test, right? And I will also point out that once Venus comes out of this retrograde on January 29th, it will still be there until the beginning of March. So we are absolutely not out of things with Venus in Capricorn. She is there for a while, and I think it's a blessing in disguise. Even though it can be very tough, it's really going to be a proving ground for relationships of all kinds. And so that is a very powerful thing indeed. Mars will also be moving into Capricorn very soon as well. We will experience that, and Mars in Capricorn is a wonderful thing because it is an excellent placement for Mars. Mars is the ruler of Aries. It will benefit Aries greatly, but it will benefit all of us, especially Earth signs. You know, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo will really be loving this energy because Mars in Capricorn gives our energy stamina. It gives it strength. It helps us to go the distance. You know, Mars is a great initiator. It's good at starting things, but not always so good at finishing them. However, Capricorn is good at finishing them. So you have the wonderful spontaneity of Mars that says, let's start something fresh and new and exciting. And the energy of Capricorn that it will be moving into that will say yes, and we can actually get it done. We can do it. You know, we got the long haul energy. I will say that communication will be really tough this week and probably next, simply because we have a Mercury retrograde. It is in the sign of Aquarius, so Aquarius folks are feeling this one the most, no doubt, and it is sitting right next to Saturn. So of course Capricorns are feeling it too, because that's our ruling planet. This has to do with hard discussions, but they're hard to have because the mind is really going in retrograde. It's going in reverse, and you're rethinking a lot of things, and maybe you're having those difficult discussions that you really needed to have but had been putting them off for a while. However, I would say it is very difficult to come to complete solutions or conclusions during a Mercury retrograde, so you really may want to hold off on making any hard, fast choices until a good bit after February 3rd. Preferably by, you know, the middle of February, because it will have to go back through its shadow point. So those are kind of the things that are really, you know, kind of pointing out to me this week, the things that are really coming up. You know, that's the stuff to kind of watch out for, because we do have, it's a lot of intense energy, and it's a frustrating energy because it's like I get that feeling a lot of people are going to be wanting to figure some things out and really sort some things out and make amends or reconcile or things like that, but the energy just isn't there for it, because with all that retrograde, it really prevents us from making those hard, fast choices that will really crystallize and manifest. It's like it's better to wait till those retrogrades are over to really make those final decisions or more lasting decisions. Because if you make those decisions during a retrograde, the mind will change again after it goes direct. It's just the way that works. All right, guys, so let's start out with Cancer this evening. We're going to let our little moon children take the top spot. Let me see if my moon will cooperate. Come on, we want you to see you. I know you're shy. The moon is shy. Cancer is shy. Oh my goodness. So here we go. I always bring out the moonlight for the sign of the month when I do our moon readings. So happy Cancer moon to all of my Cancer moon children out there. It is your full moon this evening. Glad to see you, Cancer. I hope you're doing great. This is going to be not only your full moon reading, but also your spirit animal reading, because we're combining them tonight. So you get a 2-for-1. You're getting a 2-for-1 here. First, let's go ahead and get into your spirit animal read. We're going to check out what's coming at you this week with your spirit animals. I'm meaning these readings to actually last the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks are what these are going to be. So we will be looking at, you know, the second half of January is really what this is for. So dear angels, dear guardians, guides, and ancestors, please be with us tonight as we commence and do these readings. Please keep our energy positive and clear. Let all good messages come through for our greatest and best. Let them all make sense. Let them all ring true for us. Let them all be understandable and easily accessible to our mind and soul. So let's start with Cancer. Dear animal spirits, guardians, guides, and friends, let's see what we have for our beautiful Cancers. Anything that they need to see or know for their best and highest good. This will be for the second half of January 2022. And let's see what comes through, my darlings. All right. Cancer, Cancer. Your main spirit animal guide of the week, watching out for you, is the lizard spirit. This is a dreamy energy. I would say this is perfect for this time of the year, this next couple weeks, especially what we're talking about in the astrology, to just chill out, to relax, to dream, to imagine, and just, you know, be very flexible about the possibilities. Dream the world into being. Think about what you would like to see happen in the future, but don't act on it just yet. That is the message that I get from that lizard spirit for sure. And that I love how that little lizard, they put little wings on him in the art, so he looks like a little mini dragon. You know I'm a dragon. I love my dragons. So now let's get into your animal tarot for the second half of January, Cancer. Let's see what messages we're bringing through for you there. Ooh, oh, nice. Good grief, Cancer. What a nice reading for your full moon. First card out is Rhinoceros Spirit, the King of Pentacles. Power, wealth, strength, stability. This is strong, strong Taurus energy. So whenever I feel, you know, this coming through, it definitely has that stability, that security, that grounded factor. I feel like in a lot of ways, what's coming through for you is a lot more stability, practicality. Things are just grounding. You're feeling a lot more centered. You may also have people around you that bring this to you, that bring that solid, stable feeling. Look at this in the center. Your second card out is the White Peacock, the Nine of Pentacles. And to me, this is not only other people bringing you that feeling of stability, but you're bringing it to yourself as well, because the Nine of Pentacles is very much like, it reminds me a little of the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. These two like match up so nicely. Your hard work may be paying off this next couple weeks. You may be making more money or simply investing in things that you know are going to have long-term benefits for you. If you're already in a place where you're kind of going, yeah, I've really gone to the next plateau. I'm feeling better about my work. I'm feeling more positive about what I'm producing or creating. This is just enjoying it, because the Nine of Pentacles is that enjoyment of those tangible efforts and results. I love how this reading plays out. The third card here is the Bee Spirit, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's really like the world is opening up to you, Cancer, over the next 2 weeks. It's like you start to come out of stagnation. Things are so much more positive, radiant. You could be coming together with a big community, or even a small community working together towards something, because the bee is very much that community and that harmony. But what a beautiful reading. This just feels so very positive. It's not, oh, I just love to see it for you. On the bottom of the deck, we also had the Nautilus Spirit, the Ace of Cups. So to me, this is a huge blessing of spirit. It's a blessing of the emotions. It's a blessing of your divine connection. It's your own water element. So it's pure joy. It's true fulfillment. It's divine inspiration. Remember, dream the world into being. You will be dreaming things into being. You will be feeling them out for yourself, which is absolutely awesome. Let's get a spirit animal. Let's see, what affirmation. My brain, sorry guys. I haven't had to think in a minute about things. I get my brain back online. But let's get an affirmation on this reading for you. This is beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of like working your magic in this reading. The Raven, the Shaman, and here you are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as the keeper of the mysteries. So, you know, it's like, I do feel like you're percolating a little bit here. Cancer, you are thinking things over. You're feeling them out. You're getting ready to start manifesting in a great big way. So let's get into, like I said, I'm going to do a little full moon read just for a few cards to see what this full moon means for you. This isn't as long as my usual full moon reads, but like I said, I have just not been well. So this is what we can do, and it'll be great. All right, let's start with the subject at hand, whatever it is that Cancer has been experiencing, please, through the full moon cycles. right, so the card coming up first for you guys for your full moon tonight is the full moon in Pisces card, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And I think that's a really good one because in this reading, you're getting a lot of like that magical sense, that magical feeling. And you're also getting a lot of earth, which is the practicality, stability, having a tangible plan. So this is the subject at hand, is bringing those two sides of things into manifestation. So let's get into harmony, just into that harmonic balance. So let's get a clarifier for you, Cancer. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Cancer, this is a manifestation reading this week for you, both in your animal cards and in your full moon cards. Look at this. We have the flower moon blossoming. The flower moon is the full moon of, May, Taurus time. And so you may feel like some of the things that you're working on, Cancer, really do start to blossom and flourish during the time of Taurus. You may already be, kind of planting those seeds and putting in the effort, leading up to that, but I have a feeling around that full moon of May, keep an eye on that. That may very well be you feeling like you're starting to come into your own, or the plans you've had going are really coming through. So let's get a last card for your full moon read. This is going to be a potential outcome. What is this manifesting for you? Because Cancer, this is a huge manifestation reading for you guys. And look at that, more Pisces energy. Oh yeah, this was a powerful card that came out for a lot of our readings the last new moon, last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less and feel more. This is definitely a good bit of advice for the next couple weeks for you, Cancer, because I feel like right now with Mercury and Venus being in retrograde, talking too much actually doesn't work out so well because, it all comes out as blah, blah, blah. And, when Mercury goes direct, we'll kind of forget what we were arguing about or talking about anyway. So it's more important to feel it out rather than to overthink and over talk. And you may, the signs that are coming up real strong in this reading, Pisces and Taurus are the strongest signs in this reading. So you may very well have a Taurus or a Pisces in your life. Both of those signs are excellent for you, by the way. Those are both great signs for Cancer because they're very mutually beneficial and supportive. Very nice read, guys. All right. Let's reshuffle here. David, good to see you. I already shouted out your birthday earlier. Glad you are here with us. I hope you are well. Hope you're staying warm. It's freezing down here. We had our big Atlanta snowstorm, which is kind of a joke, but everybody bought everything in the store, so that's what happens here. Everyone goes crazy and buys everything. All right, next up is Leo, my beautiful fabulous Leos. I hope you are doing great, Leo. I know that the full moon in Cancer can be a bit of a sensitive moon for you. It's really a toughie in some ways for my Leos because it hits that universal 12th house of your chart, which is the Pisces house, which is super sensitive. So honor your emotions tonight, and really for the next week or so, that's very much what you may be feeling there, my Leos. Let's go ahead and get into your double reading. It's a 2-for-1 deal tonight, Leo. We're giving you your spirit animal reading that will cover the second half of this month, and we're also giving you a few cards for the full moon tonight, the full moon of Cancer. So dear animal friends, guardians, guides, let's please start out with one main oracle card for our Leos here. Let's see what they need to see the most for their best and highest good, please. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is great advice for any of us right now. The parrot spirit, watch your words. Very important, not just for Leo, but for everyone, because we are in a Venus and Mercury retrograde, and our communications are extremely compromised. The only thing that's really good to do during retrograde periods like this is to wrap up loose ends, complete old projects, and things like that. But as far as, you know, initiating new things or trying to make huge breakthroughs with communication, best not to try it. And if you do, just think things out before you communicate. Think things out before you speak. That's the best advice this week, Leo. And if you don't want to talk, just don't talk. You know, this is a perfect time for you to do that interior process. It's important for you to take a little time out to rest, to recover, to emotionally intuit all the changes and all the things that you've gone through. We're still processing a lot of heaviness from this past year, right? You know, let's get into your animal tarot for our lovely Leos. Let's see what messages come through for them. Yeah, wow. And Leo, this could have a lot to do with a relationship, either changing, ending, transforming. We've got the snake card, the tower. So shocking change sometimes, yes, big transformations, big liberations. The tower is a Mars-ruled card, so it certainly is about action. And you might feel like a lot of things are really shaking, like your old foundations are shaking and changing, and you've really got to keep up with it. But I really like what my friend Denise says. She's a reader too, and I like what she says is that the tower doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, right? So these are things that are very, very important that need to change foundationally, structurally, and it could be that you're coming into a whole new cycle of life, a whole new rebirth here, Leo. Second card out is going to be our warthog spirit, our little Two of Cups. And this is our little love couple, right? This is a very sweet, usually very healing relationship. So I do feel that there's going to be some transformations around your personal relationships, whether you're single, coupled, separated, etc. There's something about this that's being changed, it's being renewed. I always feel that with a Venus retrograde, especially one in Capricorn, it's like if our relationships are meant to last, then they will last through those retrogrades, and if they're not meant to last, then they won't, right? It's very much that thing. So I feel for a lot of my Leos, there's a lot of reworking this. And yet, with that card, watching your words, you have to be so careful. You might have someone in your life, or you may feel this way, that like you say things and they take it wrong and it causes a big fight, or vice versa. You know, it's like they say something and it's just never the right thing. It just punches you, it triggers you, and you feel like, oh, why do they have to say stuff like that, right? You might really be in that feeling. And here we go. The real, you know, again, you know, more advice here. The Camel card, the Page of Pentacles. You know, Page of Pentacles really takes things slow but sure. It doesn't rush. Pentacles never rush because they're the earth element. But it really is saying that, you know, new avenues are opening up to you. New adventures, new choices, new journeys. You know, I feel that for a lot of my Leos, you're going to make a big decision. There's definitely a lot on your plate, a lot on your table. With the Beaver card, the Seven of Cups on the bottom, this is a lot of choices. You might feel a little emotionally overwhelmed, like, well, what's the right thing to do? What is the best choice? It might be hard to make that choice until we get into the earlier part of February. Absolutely. This next few weeks, you may just feel like you're kind of trying to sort out all the choices that you have before you. But I think once you do make that decision, you're going to start moving forward, and it will feel good, you know. And I think that this could be a real decision for a lot of my Lions. Am I going to, you know, continue on with this person, or am I going to let them go and continue on a new adventure by myself? So that's really what I'm feeling here. But, you know, be careful with what you say. If you don't have to communicate with your significant other a whole lot, just leave it, because communications are really screwy right now, guys. Let's get into your affirmation. Let's get affirmation for Leo, please. Yes, and there's the goose. I love the goose. This is inner knowing and direction, right? Because geese, they just know. They know the direction to go. And so, Leo, I think that if we overthink things, it's really hard to know the right direction to take. But if we feel them deeper, then our heart will tell us what the right way to go. And Leo, you are ruled by the heart. When you listen to your heart and you feel things out with your heart, you usually are steered very correctly. I'll also say that the goose is a spirit animal connected with the month of January and Capricorn energy because they have stamina, they have endurance, they can last the test of time. They can go on those very long journeys and make it in one piece. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you, and don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. Yeah. All right, Leo, now we're going to pull just a few full moon cards for you. We are in that full moon in Cancer tonight, so this is your 2-for-1 reading. I'm going to pull just 3 for you. We're going to get a little taste of what's going on with this full moon in Cancer. Please, for Leo, let's see what they need to know. Nice. Okay, so Leo, when it comes to moving things forward, you may be the one that has to take the leadership role. We've got the cardinal moon as your main energy that's coming through with this full moon in Cancer. So be bold, make the first move, be the one that's the initiator. I would be careful about it. I would temper that a little bit, but yeah, you might come into some things that where you really do need to take the lead this next 2 weeks to the next 4 weeks till the next full moon. Yeah, there it is. You know, you might be really kind of having that dark night of the soul here, right? That's our full moon of December, that long night's moon, you know, really going through that journey through the darkness to the light. It's beautiful, but it is a little tough, right? And you really do have to be the one that initiates getting through this challenging time, whatever it is. Let's get a potential manifestation on this for what this full moon cycle is bringing to you. Nice. Oh, yeah. So Leo, your outcome card is the last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. I definitely get that feeling that for a lot of you, you will be leaving something behind, whether it's a relationship, a home, a bad situation. Even if the relationship doesn't end, I think you'll be changing it a lot. And it really is symbolically letting go of old pains, old wounds, old resentments, you know, embracing forgiveness, right? Beautiful reading. I like it, Leo, but it's a lot. Y'all. People make the mistake of thinking Leo is not emotionally all that deep, but I know the truth. They are. They go through deep cycles. They really do. All right, Virgo is up next. I hope my Virgos are all doing great. Virgo, happy full moon in Cancer tonight. Happy Spirit Animal Monday tonight. This is going to be a 2-for-1 reading. I'm going to be doing your spirit animal messages for the next 2 weeks, and I will be also pulling a few cards for the full moon to see what that full moon energy will be bringing to you. So stick with me through the end. Let's see what we've got for you. Dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends, please, let's see what we have for our fabulous Virgos. Any messages that they need to see for their highest and best good? And let's start with one main spirit animal that will be their main guide and guardian for the second half of January. Yay, I love it. Yes. Nice message for my Virgos, the otter spirit. You are never alone. So Virgo, even if you're feeling kind of lonesome, and that can be, you know, a lot of different situations, you know, just because we're in a relationship or have a lot of friends doesn't always mean that we don't feel alone. Sometimes we feel like nobody gets us, and it's not like it's their fault, but they just don't always understand everything we're going through. But this is really a beautiful reminder that even if you feel very alone or are physically alone, you're not. You're not really. There are always people that do care. There are always divine spirits, ancestors, and beings that always are having your back and always looking out for you. So it's important to remember that and to reach out for those other sources of love in your life. Let's get into your spirit animal tarot here. Let's see what we have for Virgo. Wow. You know, Virgo, there are a little bit of a little bit of similarities to the Leo read. There are a little bit of similarities to the Leo read here. You may be dealing with the Leo, or you may, have some of that in your chart as well. The first card coming out is the Warthog Spirit, Two of Cups. So there it is. There's our little soulmate, twin flame relationship. Sometimes this is a brand new connection or somebody that you've just met. But it is definitely one of the strongest love cards. I feel with this reading, though, like with this Hawk Spirit up next, the Ace of Swords, there is some kind of clarity that you're looking for when it comes to your personal relationships. It's going to be, I ain't gonna lie, this is going to be a hard couple of weeks for that because of the retrogrades. You are ruled by Mercury, Virgo, and your ruling planet is in retrograde until February 3rd. So trying to get to the heart of the matter and really having super, super clear communication isn't always the easiest thing. So be patient. I do feel that this is on the way. I think that a lot of stuff is going to make so much more sense. But give it some time. Give it some time. But the Ace of Swords is about the Hand of Spirit, bringing through clarity, victory, and clear communications. Last card out, same position that it was in for Leo, is the Camel Spirit, the Page of Pentacles. So I do feel that ultimately what this is leading you towards over the next few weeks is a new start, is, heading along on your path, feeling happy about where you're going again. This is a very positive card that makes you feel excited to be on the move again. I do feel like you're coming out of a lot of stagnation, Virgo. On the bottom of the deck is the Snake Spirit, the Tower card, and that many times is those foundations being restructured and cleared away so that something much more beneficial and positive can be reborn for you. Very strong read. So let's get into an affirmation, please, for our Virgos. Definitely some clearing up some relationship situations or issues for a lot of you guys. That's coming through. Yeah, and yes, I mean, this kind of ties in with the Page of Pentacles, the horse, the freedom, the movement, right? Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So I do think things are moving forward for you guys. It's just maybe not always the easiest to feel it or see it right now. So hang in there. Hang in there. The next couple weeks, you're laying a lot of groundwork to move things ahead. So let's get into your second reading, your little bonus reading here, Virgo. This is going to be your reading for this full moon in Cancer tonight. We're just going to pull 3 cards for this to give you some basics of what's going on with you with this lunar cycle. So let's start with one main card, one main subject or issue at hand that Virgo is working through right now. Nice. See, I'm feeling this. The new start is coming. The new moon card is what popped right up as the main subject, the main focus right now with this lunar cycle changing. So you might be stepping into some really fresh new energy. You may feel the greater culmination of that like in a week's time. Not a week's time, I'm sorry, a month's time when we get to the next full moon. You also may feel this at the beginning of February when we start that next new moon cycle. I think once we get out of these retrogrades and start, February, we're all going to feel a lot better. And this kind of ties right into that. Look at this, Virgo. Look at that. It's all about the new moon energy. Clarifying your new moon card is the void, the dark moon. There it is. New beginnings, fresh, clean slate. new rebirth. You can create anything you like on that blank slate. I love that energy. Love it, love it. Let's get a potential outcome from the manifestations deck. What is Virgo creating out of this new moon? What is the outcome here, guys? Look at that. All of it's new moon. All of it is new moon energy. Very beautiful, Virgo. Fresh new starts. Oh my goodness. So new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. What I feel with this is absolutely, you know, Virgo, I think you're attuning to your more intuitive spiritual side, because Pisces is your opposite equal sign, right? That's what's on your descendant. And so I would say that this is you really coming into a balance of your natural practicality, but bringing in that more emotional, intuitive understanding to it as well, because you're a lot more psychic than you may realize, and you're going to be making a lot of moves and a lot of new choices based on this. That's beautiful. Yeah, great read. Very, very fresh, new moon energy in that coming up around this full moon. So pay attention to that next new moon. That's going to be at the beginning of February. You know, that'll be our new moon in Aquarius. That'll be an exciting time for you guys. All right. I hope my Libras are ready. Hope they're here. Hope they are out there somewhere. Libras are funny. Sometimes they're super chatty and sometimes they're super quiet. You never quite always know what's going on with your Libras. Sometimes they're a little bit of both. All right, guys, so Libra, let's see what you have got. This is going to be a 2-for-1 reading, Libra. You get more than you bargained for this evening. We're going to be doing your spirit animal reading. That's going to encompass the second half of January. And we're also going to be doing a little bonus full moon reading, because tonight is the full moon in Cancer. So we're going to give you a 2-for-1 tonight. So Libra, dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends, please show us our beautiful Libras. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of this next 2 weeks? Let's start out with one spirit animal that will be coming in and helping them out the most through the second half of this month. Almost felt 2 coming out. I'm going to look at them both. Yeah, these both feel good. First card out for you, Libra, was the Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. I really feel this. You know, this is a lucky bug. The Grasshopper definitely brings in a message of good luck, expansion, things turning out in your favor. So, you know, if something looks really good, if you've been especially working on it for a while and it just all falls into place, that's when I would jump for it. The other card that I felt, and whenever I feel like there's 2 coming out, I'm going to take them both. The Seahorse Spirit is watch and wait. So I would say that this next 2 weeks for you, Libra, there's going to be some things that you want to jump on, but there's also some things that you don't want to move too fast towards, right? My big litmus test for that during these retrogrades that we have going on is that if it's something that you've been working on for a while and it's time to complete it, or it's finally that missing piece falls into place, absolutely jump for it. If it's something that's a little newer, a little more untested or untried, wait and see. Wait and see. That's what I would say. But those are your 2 main spirit animals this week, is the Grasshopper and the Seahorse. So let's get next into your tarot. Let's see what your animal tarot is looking like for this week ahead, Libra. Actually, for the next 2 weeks ahead. Next 2 weeks. Let's clear these cards out, please, Spirit. Let's get Libra's energy in here. I know you guys have been going through a lot, too, during Capricorn time. I know it's not always the easiest. Ooh, yeah. Nice abundance. Really nice abundance, but you do have a few flies to swat. You do. Not surprising. You're glowing really bright this cycle. The white peacock spirit coming through with the 9 of Pentacles. Right behind it is the pig spirit with the 10 of Pentacles. And here comes more. The Rabbit Spirit with the Seven of Pentacles. All of these cards are Pentacle cards. They're all Earth. They're all very aligned to prosperity, abundance, stability, having better money coming in, better money in the bank, having a better financial plan. If you don't have enough money in the bank, right? It's like you know that you've got a plan, because that Seven of Pentacles is all about planting that garden and watching it grow and tending it and cultivating it. Ten of Pentacles is just like the ultimate payoff, the ultimate abundance, happy home, stable connections, good people around you. And I really do feel like you have that, Libra. This is speaking more than just money or financial stability and support. This is also letting you know you got people that really do have your back, that really do love you, that really are there for the long haul. It's very, very nice. And to me, the White Peacock, you know, this is very much about just enjoying what you've created. And also following, you know, I know it sounds cheesy, but following your bliss. You know, it's like if there's something that you've really wanted to do for work, this could be for some of you coming into a place of a lot of success with that. Like you've worked really hard at it and now here it is. For some of you, it's like you are having that moment of epiphany and saying, I know what it is I've wanted to do. And I'm going to continue doing that because I know that the payoff over time will be really nice and I'm going to feel so good when I get there. You do have some flies to swat though, babies, because we've got that fly on the underside of the deck. Five of Swords. These are difficult people. And there may be some of those in your life. There may be. To me, the Five of Swords really indicates very narcissistic, selfish individuals. Many times very power hungry, many times very ruthless. They don't mind stepping on people to get what they want. They don't really care if they make somebody else sad, as long as they get to be happy. They don't care if someone else is the loser, as long as they're the winner. These are just really negative types of people that tend to take us down a path that isn't good for us. You know, they really, you know, might say, oh yeah, take this game of chance or take this risk. Sometimes this can be like a money offer that seems too good to be true. It probably is, right? Probably is if this card comes up. So just keep your eye out. And if there's anyone like that in your life, it's definitely time to distance yourself from it or just be very cautious around it. Let's get into an affirmation for Libra, please. Yes. And I think you're going to get some reveals of the truth. The coyote spirit, the trickster energy. You know, if you have people in your life that are, sometimes this is a fun energy. These are people that are playful, fun. They get us to laugh at our own seriousness. They're very, very good energy. Sometimes it's not so good. Sometimes these are literally people that are trying to pull one over on us and we need to avoid them. So it's really use your own discretion. But it's a reminder, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them, right? So just keep an eye out for folks. Hey, Amber. Good to see you, sweetie. You're right on time. We're almost done with Libra, so Scorpio is up next. Yes, happy full moon in Cancer. So Libra, this is your 2-for-1 reading tonight. We're doing the spirit animal read and we're also doing a mini full moon read for each of the signs tonight. So happy full moon in Cancer to you. Let's get a few cards to see what is going on around these lunar cycles for Libra. Let's start with one main subject or issue that you might be focusing on, Libra. Look at that. Look at that. We had some energy of release in your reading for the spirit animals. And the first subject matter for the lunar cycles for you, Libra, is what do you need to release? The waning moon cycle, which of course starts right after this full moon. So we're already, as soon as the full moon reaches apex, it's like we're in the waning moon. So this next 2 weeks, Libra, you may be looking very strongly at what needs to go, who needs to go, what you want to, you know, make room for. Because if we're holding on to a bunch of things that aren't good for us, it's really hard for us to accept anything better and new. Let's get a clarifier on this waning moon card, please, for Libra. Yep. The long, dark night of the soul. This is the long night's moon. And, you know, this is the full moon of December. So, you know, that may be an indicator, Libra, that this is something you've been mulling over since last month, right? You might have been already thinking over, well, what do I need to let go of? You might have been thinking it's not going to be easy to let go of XYZ. And so you've really kind of been in that place of a little bit of isolation, in spite of maybe having plenty of friends and family around you. It's like you've really been mulling over, what's the next step? How do I get to the end of this dark tunnel? How do I get to the light again? Yeah, and part of it is just, what is it that I need to let go of to bring in better things? Let's get a potential outcome, please, on this. How's this going to play out over this full moon cycle for Libra? Nice. And this is a card that, you know, these Pisces like outcomes have been coming up a lot in these readings. Last time I did a live and this time too. So we've got the new moon in Pisces. So it's a fresh new beginning. And it says attuned to the divine. I feel like, you know, there's a real message coming through about getting more in touch with our intuition, getting in touch and noticing what feels right or wrong for you. And I think that that's absolutely part of it too, Libra. It's like recognizing your own psychic and intuitive abilities to know what's right for you and know what's wrong for you. I think it's a brand new start of a spiritual life as well for a lot of folks. All right. Very nice. Very nice, guys. 13 in the chat, 12 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. All right. Y'all are being quiet, though. I wonder if you're all right. It's a sleepy night. I've been very tired. All right, Scorpio. Let's see how you are doing, my Scorpions. My Scorpions in the chat. Scorpio, this is going to be your full moon reading. We're doing two. We're doing 2 for 1 tonight. We're doing your spirit animal messages for the next 2 weeks. And we're also doing your full moon reading for this full moon in Cancer tonight to see what comes up there. So, dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends, let's see what we have for our beautiful Scorpios. Anything that they need to see and hear for their best good. Let's see one main spirit animal that will be helping Scorpio out the most for this second half of January, please. Wow, that's a very Scorpio card. Very Scorpio card. I'm going to take that for sure. The moth spirit. It's surrender now. So many messages to me around the moth. It's like the nocturnal butterfly. So there's definitely that feeling of transformation because moths go through the same kind of transformational process that a butterfly does. But they are more about that nocturnal energy, right? So it has a lot more to do with the shadow side. It has a lot more to do with the subconscious and what's the inner workings of the soul, what's transforming there, what's surrendering inside of you. To me, that's a perfect lineup with Scorpio. It really is, because you're such a sign of doing that inner work and shedding some things off. I'd also give a second message about the moth is that the moth is very much drawn to the light, right? You know, moths are famously drawn to the flame, right? And so I would say for you guys, seek out the lighter side, because Scorpio can be such an intense sign. It can really represent both the lightest and darkest of human nature. And so I would say this next 2 weeks, do your very best to seek out the lighter, brighter side, people that bring that good energy out in you, people that have something good to say to you, to encourage you. That's where you want to direct your energy, and surrender whatever it is that isn't in your best favor, that isn't in your best interest or supporting your overall well-being. Let's get into your animal tarot next, Scorpio. We're going to see what's coming up for you this next couple weeks, what messages we have for you here. Yes, rest, reflect, stand strong in yourself. This is beautiful. So 4 of Swords, our sloth spirit coming out first for you, Scorpio. The next 2 weeks, this is time to relax, reflect, rejuvenate. With these retrogrades going on, I honestly can't think of much better to do. It really is. And just having this card as confirmation. Quiet reflection, waiting till the time is right instead of trying to push things too far, too fast. Second card out for you is the Whale Spirit, the Judgment card. This is one of your power cards, Scorpio. Judgment is the higher vibration of the Death card. It's ruled by the planet Pluto, which is your ruling planet. So to me, this is really saying what you're doing this work on is a complete rebirth, a complete revival. This is the phoenix from the ashes. This is the new life that comes after those transitions and death cycles. And Scorpios are often going through death cycles. So I feel like, you might have recently gone through a death cycle and, it's like you need some rest from that. You need some recovery and some downtime from that. But once you've done that, Scorpio, you're ready to rise again. You're ready to go into your next new life, into that rebirth. And I feel like, look at this, 7 of Wands coming out, our gorilla spirit. This is strength. It is courage. It is standing up for yourself. And so I feel like, this is just saying you are going to be standing so much stronger. You're not going to let anybody tear you down. And it's really time to say, I have worked hard for my new life and my new incarnation. I have come through the fire. I have come through the challenge. And now I'm sitting so much stronger in my power. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 9 of Cups, the puffer fish. So there it is, wishes granted, having satisfaction and pride, and moving towards your wishes and dreams. This is a beautiful read, Scorpio. I love it. Let's get into your affirmation on this. The bee spirit is community, so do not go it alone. This is really saying that you've got more help than you may know, Scorpio. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. So I feel like there's something really good coming to you throughout this process. It may feel like a little bit of a challenge. It may feel like you're kind of working through it. But you are going to get there. You are going to get there. So let's get into next. Like I said, this is a 2-for-1 reading tonight, and it is. Tonight is also our full moon in Cancer, so I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for you for this full moon. Please, let's see what we have for Scorpio around this full moon in Cancer. What will they be focusing on? What will be their main subject, the main thing that is really coming through for them over this time? Communication is key. And Scorpio, I know you're a sign that doesn't always like to say everything. I know. I know you like to keep a few secrets. But, this to me is very important because, yes, Mercury and Venus are in retrograde for the next 2 weeks. Our communication is not just about what we say, but what we don't say too. So you really do want to watch what you say, when you say it, how you say it. Communication is important, right? No matter what. No matter what. So let's get into a clarifier on that. Let's clarify the communication card. And because it is a new moon card, I do feel like it's new beginnings in communication. New ways of expressing yourself are coming through as well. Yeah, and have patience. This is not gonna... It's not going to happen overnight. This lunar cycle is a really big deal because it's tapping into a lot of, miscommunications, potential arguments, things that haven't really gone the best. And so it is going to take a little time. It is going to take a little time to work through some of this. For some of my Scorpios, you may really notice that by the time the new moon in Gemini arrives in June, a lot of things really have resolved. Like, really resolved. That's why it takes a little patience, because this is, I get the feeling that this could be like the next 3 to 6 months, that this really kind of, it's starting now, and it's going to take some time to completely shake out. And then we have, the green corn moon, which is the full moon usually of August. So I would say August, the full moon of August, could be a very big, important month as well, where you really start to notice things coming through full circle. Let's get a potential outcome for this Cancer full moon cycle for you, Scorpio. What will you be seeing manifest into your life from all this? Ah, very nice. Very nice. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. Yeah, so Scorpio, interesting enough, you know, this is that Aquarius energy. We're about to go into Aquarius season, and I think that you will be focusing on what's important to you and what you just need to release and let go of. Yeah, what really matters to you versus what really doesn't. Simplify and clarify your life. It's never a bad thing to do. Good to see you, Marie. Yes, we started with Cancer tonight because it's the Cancer full moon. So Leo will be the second reading. You can go back and see where it is. Hey there, Daisy. Good to see you, Miss Pisces. Been missing you, honey. I've been missing everyone. I haven't live streamed in a while. I've been really not well. I've not been well. I'm still not 100%. You can hear it in my head. It's not been good. I've been dealing with an incredible amount of fatigue. I don't think I've had COVID, but you can't rule it out entirely either. I don't go out, so I don't know how I'd catch it, but I've definitely got something going on, whether it's allergies, sinus infection, something's been bad. Yeah. But it's great to see you, Daisy. I haven't been on here in a while. Yeah. All right. We're having a fun time though. I really wanted to do these reads. I was gonna do them last night, but I felt like crap, so I couldn't do it. So I'm glad I'm doing it tonight. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what we got for you. Happy full moon tonight, guys. This is gonna be a 2-for-1 reading session here, Sag. We're gonna do your full moon readings. I'm going to pull 3 cards for that, but first we are going to do your spirit animal readings and messages. That's going to encompass the second half of January 2022. So that's what these messages are meant to be for. So hope you guys are doing wonderful. Let's see what we have got. Spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends. Let's see what we have for Sagittarius. Anything that they need to see for their highest and best good. And this is going to be for this next 2 weeks, for the second half of January. And let's get one main spirit animal that will be helping them out the most during this time. I like that. This is nice. All right, guys. The chameleon spirit, Sagittarius, act as if. So I would say this is a time to be flexible. It's a time to not go against the, what is the word? It's not to go against the flow, right? Don't challenge others too much on stuff. This is just not a good time to do that. It's much more important to just go with the flow. You know, if you're craving success, unity, happiness, act as if you've already got it. Act as if you're already in that flow, and it's going to be so much easier to access it. I would say, you know, for all signs right now, we're definitely in a time where we have to be a little more careful, a little more practical about the way we communicate, because we are in retrograde. We are in a Mercury and a Venus retrograde, and it's tough. It's really tough in both communication and in relationships. So in a lot of ways, this is just not the time to push the river. Let's get into your animal tarot. This again will be messages for the next 2 weeks or so, Sagittarius. Let's see what we have, please, Spirit, for Sag. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad, but it's definitely more like, it's a little bit more chill, a little bit. I mean, you're feisty, but you know, the first card coming up is the Firefly Spirit, our 6 of Wands. So this is a card of success, recognized achievement, feeling very good, feeling like you've, reached a victory, shining your inner light, the moment of glory, right? So I don't feel like everything is tough. Like there's some really good things that are going on in your life right now. So it's important to just be in that energy, stay in that, space of whatever's good in your life, stay in a feeling of gratitude and like, yes, this is good. I do feel like you're kind of tired. I do get this sense of fatigue because of the Nine of Wands. The Scorpion is here. Nine of Wands is usually that fighting spirit. It's very fiery, stands up for what it loves or believes in or what it's created. So it is very, it's very strong. It's that warrior spirit. But it is also that kind of like, oh, I've been fighting. I'm kind of tired, right? Kind of tired of fighting. So I would say that if you don't have to fight, don't. You need some rest. You need some rest, Sagittarius. And here at the end, we have the King of Cups, the octopus spirit. So again, to me, there's a message of flexibility. The octopus, again, just like that chameleon spirit, is able to change, shape, size, texture, color, depending on what's around it. So I do feel that some ways, the next couple weeks especially, like the more that you can adapt to the needs, emotions, and situations of others, that's going to get you so much further than trying to like challenge it or push against it. King of Cups is to me like the Cancer King. That's the zodiac sign I would associate with him, and he does represent people that are emotionally wise, emotionally mature. He brings that calm clarity. He helps us to control our heavier, more intense emotions in a positive way. And it's also a very compassionate individual. On the bottom, look at this. We've got our Jaguar spirit, the Queen of Swords. And so Sagittarius, this is Libra energy. And this is an energy of really bringing things back into balance. And you may be cutting some people out of your life or choosing to face down some of those really difficult people that are just super toxic and never bring anything good into your life. That is just the truth. Queen of Swords doesn't play around. She doesn't play around. So let's get an affirmation on this, please. Let's see what we have for Sagittarius. Yes, move with grace, and that's something that I would say is very important, not to stress, not to push, not to make things too big of a challenge if you don't have to, Sagittarius. You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty, right? Just rise above it. This is such a rising above it kind of feeling to me, Sagittarius. If somebody's being mean, if somebody's being harsh or tough or difficult, you can just glide over it. Don't engage. Don't mudsling. Just be above it. Adapt. Be flexible. It's gonna be okay. It will. And next up, let me do your full moon reading, Sagittarius. This is the 2-for-1. So this is the full moon in Cancer tonight, guys. I'm just going to pull 3 cards to give you some energies that are affecting you for it. So Sagittarius, Spirit, let's see what we have for them for this full moon in Cancer. Let's start out with one main card that's going to be their focus, what they're really thinking about and feeling during this time. I love it, Sagittarius. You got your own energy. Look at that. The new moon in Sagittarius came out for this full moon. So luck is on your side. This is also a card of new beginnings and lucky new beginnings. That's another reason why it is so important to be flexible right now. Go with the flow because, it's like luck is often on the side of Sagittarius, and if you don't force it or push it too hard, it's just going to come right to you. So let's get a clarifier on this. Wow, did I say it's new beginnings? The clarifier card for that is the new moon, the new beginnings card. So Sagittarius, I would say this full moon in Cancer is certainly opening up some lucky new beginnings, and it's going to be time to step through that door. In the next 2 weeks, when our next new moon starts, that's also going to be a very powerful time for you. And it will be a new moon in Aquarius. That's a very nice alignment for you guys. So I'm thinking that's good for y'all. Let's get into a potential outcome card here. What is this going to manifest for our Saggies? It's this Pisces moon stuff, guys. Almost everybody's getting some kind of Pisces moon on their outcome card. Last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. I think there's a big reason for that, because we are in a Mercury retrograde until February 3rd. And a lot of times the more that we talk right now, the worse things come out. The more we stick our foot in it. Because we're not communicating very well. We just aren't. When Mercury's retrograde, we're not communicating that well. The way it is. It's the way it is. All right. 15 in the chat, 18 thumbs up. Good to see, good to see. On a sleepy Monday night. All right, Capricorns. I hope you guys are here. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I don't know. I think David went off to eat his birthday cake because it is his birthday. But hope you guys are doing great. Happy birthday to all my late degree Capricorns, including myself. I hope you guys have had an excellent Capricorn season. I know that it can be a little bit hard on everyone because Capricorn is some challenging energy. But we are here. We are here and we are rocking those mountains, I tell you what. So Capricorn, this is going to be a 2-for-1 reading tonight. I am doing a spirit animal reading. That's going to be for the second half of January. And I will also be pulling 3 cards for your full moon reading. The full moon in Cancer is tonight. So we will be looking at that as well. All right. So Capricorn, let's see what we have got for you. Dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends. Let's see what we have for our fabulous Capricorns in the chat, in the channel. Anything that they need to know for their highest and best good. And please, let's start with one main spirit animal guardian that will be helping them out the most through the second half of January, please. I love it. I can't even tell you how much I love it. Capricorn, brown bear spirit. Take time out. The hibernation card, the power card, connection with Mother Earth card. Finding your North Star, directing yourself in the right way that you need to go. But it's not going to happen if you keep on pushing things and hitting your darn goat head against that brick wall again and again and again. This next 2 weeks, Capricorn, the brown bear is on your side. She's strong, amazing energy, very rooted in the earth, just like you. That this is a time to take time out. And I have felt that for myself, that I'm like, you know what? I just need a break. I need a break from everything, like work, relationships. I need time out to just feel and rest and you know, just let everything go, like sleep it off, sleep it off. And Capricorn, I know that's really tough for you guys. I know it is, because we love to work. Hands down, we love to work. It doesn't mean you can't do anything, but just don't do anything that involves you getting super emotional or pulling on you a whole lot. Just don't go there. Don't do anything that's going to cause you undue stress. I would say the more you can rest, the more you can reflect, the more you can just take a break, you know, beg off from the parties, the meetings, the dates, the stuff. It's just the next 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks, Capricorn. It's only 2 weeks. Just chill. Be a bear. Go in your cave. Be grumpy if you want, and sleep. Wake up long enough to slap the bear cubs around and get something to eat and go back to bed. Right? That's your directive, and I'm taking it because I need it. I need it. I need it. And you know, I got to look at the bottom of the card just for my goats. We had the wolf spirit on the bottom. That says turn knowledge into wisdom. So I really feel like, you know, while you're doing your little hibernation dance, you might be doing quite a bit of that, where you're really taking the things that you've learned and manifesting them and integrating them into your life going into the future. It's actually very nice. So let's get next into Your spirit animal tarot. Let's get 3 for Capricorn, please, for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. These are great cards, Capricorn. These aren't bad. These are real nice, okay? I do feel like you're very much in your emotional body right now. The Seal, the Ten of Cups. Capricorn's very much in their emotional body. And I really feel like your biggest focus is emotional and spiritual happiness, no matter what your situation may be. Like, that's really where you're focused. The Seal spirit, Ten of Cups, you know, to me, the Seal is very much connected to music, to love, and to beauty, the depths of the soul. So all of those things could be very important for you next week. Listening to good music, or maybe some good sound therapy files to give you, you know, that good sonic attunement, that could be really good for you, Capricorn. But this is a happy card. It's lasting happiness, success, divine blessings. I feel like whatever you may be going through, especially when it comes to love, relationships, etc., or just your own melancholy emotions, it's going to be okay when I see a card like this. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of communication, and it's really up to your discernment whether you want to engage with that or not, because like I said, you kind of need to be hibernating the next few weeks. But I do feel like there's a lot of movement, even if it's beyond, you know, but kind of behind the scenes, because the Dragonfly Spirit, 8 of Wands, is rapid movement. It is optimism. It's speed. It's things, you know, like you might suddenly, like you maybe didn't talk to someone for a while, and then all of a sudden they just can't stop calling you. That's the kind of thing that the 8 of Wands brings in. It's a Sagittarius energy, so it definitely deals with movement. And our third card out is the Black Panther Spirit, our Queen of Wands. Beautiful, awesome, fiery Leo energy, which to me is all about standing strong in your creativity, in your magic, intense love of life, yes, determination, altruism. To me, the Queen of Wands is a very generous spirit, very glowing, warm, bright, sexy, creative, sensual. She knows how to work with magic and the spirit world. Just an awesome kind of energy, you know. And it's funny, as much as I would say this is a hibernation cycle for you, Capricorn, Queen of Wands is definitely that Leo, like putting on a little bit of a show. So if you do go out in public, or you do present yourself to anyone, whether it's over a live stream or video chat or whatever it is, dress to impress, put on your best, you know, and be your best self. It doesn't mean you have to do that every single day, but there is that thing about kind of saying, hey, I got it going on. And I think that too, you know, the Queen of Wands, the Leo energy is about embracing positive self-worth, not negative arrogance, right? There's a big difference between that. It's one thing to take pride in your work and say, yes, I know I'm good at what I do. I've worked hard to be good at it, and it's not about the ego. You just know, right? That's a good sense of self-confidence. But if you're just like, I'm better than anyone else, and nobody's better than me, and you know, and you get very offended really easily, and your ego's really shy, yeah, that's when you know it's a different kind of vibe. It's a different vibe. On the bottom of the deck, Capricorn, Puffin, the Fool card, take the leap of faith, embrace child's mind, beginner's mind. Because Capricorns are a very world-weary sign. They often feel like they know it all and they've seen it all. They do feel that way sometimes, and they're kind of world-weary. So I kind of do feel like with this coming in, it's important to get back to beginner's mind, to get back to basics, Capricorn. Because if life is just feeling really heavy and not very much fun, this is a card that reminds you, you know, relax. Let all that heavy stuff go. Don't hold on to it. Don't hold on to it. Remembering that childlike wonder, trust and freedom. That's Uranus, Aquarius energy with the Fool card, right? So that season is upon us. And Aquarius and Capricorn have a lot in common because their traditional ruling planets were the same. So even though we're shifting into Aquarius season, it's not in a lot of ways very different for Capricorn. It's just a continuation of our own energy. It really is. So let's get an affirmation, please, for Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. Happy birthday, Capricorn. There we are. I love it. The goose card. This came up earlier for another sign. And, you know, the goose is traditionally linked with Capricorn energy, you know, because it's a tough energy, right? It's strong, it has stamina, inner knowing. It gets where it's going. It's just a strong little creature, just like the goat. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. I do get the sense you're on a bit of a journey here, Capricorn, whether you physically are doing that. You know, it may not be this next 2 weeks. It may be beyond that, but I definitely get a sense that there's some traveling in the offing. Be confident. There it is again. Be confident, Capricorn. You will achieve your destination. Of course you will. Capricorn is slow and steady, wins the race, but you will definitely get there. Loyal friends are always with you. That's excellent. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. You have good friends, Capricorn. Capricorn people tend to have like just a few really good solid friends, but boy, they're for life. They are for life. All right, Capricorn. So here's our second part of your reading. We're going to pull a few cards for this full moon. This is the full moon in Cancer. Of course, this is the big full moon that, you know, balances the Capricorn sun. So it is the full moon of your season. So it's quite important for you guys. This is hitting that relationship house. Oh, Capricorn. Let's see what we've got for you. Let's start out with the one main card from the Moonology deck. Let's see what your main focus is around this lunar cycle here. Look at that. Look at that. We had that surrender. There it is. Surrender to the divine. Full moon energy. Capricorn, you're really feeling this full moon deep in your heart. And this one doesn't have any particular sign associated to it. It's just the pure power of that full moon. So it says release, let go, surrender your worries, your fears, your doubts, anything that's been hanging on you. Let Spirit take care of it. Let Spirit take care of it. We've all got things that feel overwhelming right now. I know that. But it's time, especially, to let it go. Spirit's going to take care of it. And if something's meant to be for our best and for our good, it will be. If it's not, it won't be. It really is as simple as that. Let's get into a clarifier for this card, please. There it is, and there it is, our January full moon, the hunger moon, the wolf moon. That is the full moon of January right there. So I would say, Capricorn, this full moon is extremely meaningful to you. You may not even know all of what's coming through for you right now with it. You may not even know. Let's see what's on the bottom of these decks. Yeah, look at that. Time for healing is on the bottom. And the warm moon, faith. This is the full moon of March. So I keep getting the sense, I do personally as a Capricorn, that I feel like by the time, you know, we get into March, things are going to feel so much better. Why do I just feel that way? But I feel like there's a lot of healing going on, a lot of just letting go, letting Spirit take the wheel in our life, really coming face to face with our own needs, because to me, that's what this full moon of January is about. It's about, you know, there we are, sending up our voice, crying out to Spirit, maybe feeling very much like that little lone wolf, having that hunger in our soul for something that's really fulfilling. Wow. Let's get into a potential outcome on this for you, Capricorn, but this is a powerful beginning of the year for us. Part of why I may feel that, let me hold on a moment, let's keep shuffling, is that Venus, of course, is in Capricorn, and it will be there until the beginning of March. I feel like once Venus completes its transit of Capricorn, a lot of the goats that have been dealing with that energy will really have gotten the lessons. Like, we'll really understand what that meant in our lives, and it's just going to set us free. But I honestly think the next couple weeks is hibernation time. I really do. It's like, don't push the river, Capricorn. Don't do it. Just let it go and let it flow. Even if people are giving you a hard time about it. They gotta learn patience too. We learn patience every day. They have to learn it now. All right, potential outcome for Capricorn, please. Let's see what we have. Wow. Look at this stuff. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Yes, yes, sir. Let's let that go. Let's let anything go that's not for our best. And then the first quarter moon in Taurus was on the bottom. Look at what it says, release control. And you know Capricorns can be very controlling. We like to plan. We like things to go according to the way we want them to go. We get kind of upset when they don't. You could also be dealing with someone who's very controlling, Capricorn, and you might have to release or hold a lot looser to those controlling people. You can't control a Capricorn. If you try, it's going to turn out bad for you. Don't try to control your goat. Hey there, Justin. Good to see you. Just wrapped up the Capricorn reading. It was great. It was good. Happy birthday, goats. All right. Next up is Aquarius, then Pisces, then Aries, then Taurus, and then Gemini. That's where we got next. Next 5 up. Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing great. I saw Ms. Mindful in here. I don't know if she's still here, but I love seeing her. Haven't seen her in a minute. She's a wonderful friend, and I miss her. I do. I miss talking to her. But this is our Aquarius reading. This will be your spirit animal messages and tarot for the next 2 weeks for the rest of this month. And we will also be doing a bit of a 2-for-1. I'm going to be doing a few cards for the full moon because tonight is the full moon in Cancer. So we'll also be looking at those lunar cycles for you, Aquarius. So let's get into it. Dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends. Let's see what we have for our Aquarius folks. Let's see what's coming up for them. Anything they need to know for their best and highest good, please. Oh, I love that. Yeah, the dog spirit. This is one of my favorite cards in that oracle deck. The dog spirit is loyalty. Be loyal to what and who you love, Aquarius. So, you know, even if you're going through a hard time with someone, even if, you know, maybe work is challenging, if ultimately it's someone or something that you really love, stay loyal to it. Don't give up just yet. This next 2 weeks is maybe even testing your loyalty a little bit, for sure. So keep that all in mind as the next 2 weeks unfold. Dog spirit to me is also Libra energy because in the Chinese lunar zodiac, the year of the dog is aligned with the Western sign of Libra. So to me it's very much about that balance, maintaining harmony, bringing back a feeling of goodwill and balance to your relationships and your life. So let's get into your animal tarot next. Let's please see what we have for Aquarius. Yeah, I know this one's coming in. This is coming in strong. All right. Choose your battles wisely, Aquarius. The gorilla spirit, the 7 of Wands. This one can be such a toughie because it is about courage, but it also can be about self-sabotage. If you choose to argue with someone that you really care about, you might end up burning some bridges. You might end up really putting them off or vice versa. So to me, there is a little bit of that, like, you gotta have some flexibility when this card shows up, because not all battles are worth having. That's the biggest message of the Seven of Wands, and not all arguments need to be had. It's important to kind of de-escalate things. If you feel like something is really important and you need to stand up for it, go ahead and do it. But if it's not worth destroying a relationship or goodwill over it, it's really not a big deal, right? There is a lot of stubbornness this week going on with you. There is. There's rhinoceros spirit here. The King of Pentacles, Taurus energy, definitely doesn't like to budge. Aquarius is famous for being very stubborn, because you are a fixed sign. So many times once you get your mindset on something, it's really hard for you to change the way you think it should happen or the way you think it should come about. You also might be dealing with somebody who's also very stubborn as well. And so you might be really butting some heads. The funny thing about this is that I think that both of you may be butting heads over something that you actually both want to be on the same page about, because, you know, King of Pentacles, that's Taurus energy. That's the enjoyment of life, right? You may be arguing about money or resources or the way that you want to live or the way that you want to structure your home. That could be something that could be coming up with this card. But I feel like ultimately King of Pentacles really just wants to enjoy a nice dinner and some time by the fire at the end of the day. Like, he really is the most, like, pleasure-seeking king. And I would also say that, you know, Aquarius, this is an earth sign person in your life. This could be somebody who's very, you know, very loyal, very stable. Whether or not you see that, this is a very stable person. Something's being hidden this week. You don't know all of the information. You may not be telling all your information either, because we have this Seven of Swords, this weasel energy. And definitely, this is, you know, one of the most sneaky cards of the tarot. Not my favorite. None of us like this guy that much, because it really is about, you know, somebody that's not putting all their cards on the table. Could be you, could be someone else, but communication is not very clear. Not very clear with that card coming through. In a lot of ways, it doesn't surprise. We've got Venus and Mercury in retrograde right now. Mercury retrograde in your sign, Aquarius, so it's really hitting you front and center. So if communication is off, or you're not getting all the info, or they're not getting all the info, it's not unusual, actually. Give it a couple weeks. I'm telling you, after February 3rd, things are going to slowly but surely start getting a lot better. On the bottom, you know, we have the whale spirit, the judgment card, and the rebirth. So this is definitely a rebirth taking place in your life. Something is changing, transitioning, something very deeply psychological and emotional. And that's where a lot of, you know, whatever you're going through is coming from. It's coming from some big stuff that's held very deeply. Could be for them, could be for you, but it's a very strong psychological card where, you know, counseling can help. Good communication can help. But like I said, communication can be a little challenged this next couple weeks, because, you know, we're dealing with these retrogrades. So let's get a affirmation for you guys. Yeah. Could be a test of your loyalty this next couple weeks, Aquarius. You know, I think ultimately the people that are for us will be for us. Things that are supposed to work out will work out. So hang in there with it. It's a little bit challenging. Yeah, it's a little bit challenging this week, no doubt. It's going to challenge both you and whoever you're involved with to be very emotionally open, very strongly. So let's see what we've got in the affirmation for you. Look at that owl magic card, Aquarius. Yeah. I think this is important. It's a really important card because we did have that Seven of Swords. So I feel like, you know, the owl really allows us to see behind the surface. If somebody's acting a certain way, if we don't like the way that they're acting, we need to see deeper. We need to understand more. It's like, why they're acting that way. Where is that coming from? How did they get to that place? We may still not like the way they're acting, but at least we understand why. We get the how, we get the why, you know, and that can add a lot of compassion to the situation. Many times hurt people, right? There's that thing. So the owl is magic. Choose to know the truth, right? Because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deceptions. You can see through cloudy situations, things that are kind of confusing, right? Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So, you know, I love my owls. They're someone that's always around me. They're always hooting it up. Always hooting it up. So Aquarius, next let's get into your second part of your reading. Tonight is the full moon in Cancer, so we're going to do a couple quick cards to give you a little bit of message, energy on what's going on with this lunar cycle for you. All right, Spirit, let's see what we have for Aquarius for this full moon in Cancer tonight. What is coming up for them for this? What is their main focus right now? See, I think that everything's going to turn out okay. New moon in Capricorn is your main focus. Your hard work is paying off. You could be involved with a Capricorn too, very possibly, but I say that, you know, we're still in Capricorn season, and Capricorn and Aquarius share a lot of things in common. I do think that you've been working very hard, Aquarius, and whatever good intentions, whatever good works that you put in are going to pay off big time, you know. Whatever it is. And being patient is a big one. That's a Capricorn virtues. Being patient, being reliable, showing up each day, showing that you're stable, right? Grounding that energy, going up the hill one day at a time. Slow but steady wins the race. Let's clarify this goat. Let's clarify this goat. That's what I said. Let's clarify this goat for you. Yes, and it is about direction. It is about direction. We've got the lunar god, the divine masculine. So it is very much about taking initiative, taking leadership. This is that more masculine side of the divine feminine of the moon. So it's about embracing that, like, I'm going to get going. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to take action on something, right? Slow but steady, yet again. It's like it's just one day at a time. But I do feel like this is very much you kind of putting things into motion. Putting things into motion is very important here. I would also say with that masculine energy, a lot of my Aquarians, you could be balancing that masculine energy. And we hear a lot about toxic masculinity, which is really just negative ego, right? Negative pride. That kind of know-it-all attitude, that kind of thing that's just really unappealing, right? And so to me, it's like the positive aspect of the masculine that you may be wanting to balance instead of all that is, you know, being a supporter, being an encourager, being somebody that uplifts others, that encourages and motivates and acts as, you know, kind of that divine protector and supporter, right? That's the positive alignment of masculine energy, is that it's motivating, it's uplifting, it's all those good qualities. So let's get a manifestation on this. Let's see how this is all kind of coming together for you, Aquarius. Oh, I like that one. Woo! I like that one a lot. Because it is a Cancer moon card. New moon in Cancer is relax, Aquarius. Your big motivation right now should be to relax. You've been very busy. You've been putting in a lot of time and effort. You've been pushing things forward quite a lot. It is time to chill out, my sweeties, especially this next 2 weeks. On the bottom of the deck, got to pull this one too. On the bottom of the deck was forgive. Full moon in Pisces. These are very direct, and they're both watery, so it really does deal with the intense and personal emotions. So relax and forgive. This is definitely a time of release, Aquarius. This is time to let go of some things, right? Because I feel like when you let go of what doesn't really matter, the things that do really matter come to the surface. They do. things are going to make a lot more sense before long. Also, I will point out, Aquarius, your ruling planet, Uranus, is moving direct this week. So that's going to start to shift things up in a much better place for you too. Because your ruling planet's been retrograde for the last 5 months. That's a stagnant feeling. Take it from me. I'm ruled by Saturn. Whenever Saturn gets ready to go direct, I'm like, yeah, here we go. I just know things are going to get better. At least they're going to be moving. Yeah. Or making more sense. All right, Pisces is up next. Let's see how we are doing, my beautiful fishy folk, my mermaids and mermens and little sharks. And sometimes big sharks. I've met some big Pisces sharks out there. They are out there. All right, Pisces, this is going to be your spirit animal messages for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be doing some oracle and tarot to get those messages for you. And I'm also doing a 2-for-1 tonight. I'm giving you as well a few cards for the full moon in Cancer. Full moon is in Cancer tonight. So we're going to be doing a few cards for you on that as well to see what that's bringing through. Cancer full moon is great for Pisces because it's a fellow water sign. So I think it's a very nice one for you guys. So Pisces, dear spirit animals, divine friends, and guardians and guides. Let's see what we have for our fishy friends. Anything they need to see for their highest and best good. And let's start with the one main spirit animal that will be helping them out the most for the second half of January. I love it. My favorite. Well, one of my favorites. I like a lot of them, but this is a favorite. Spider Spirit Pisces is on your side the next 2 weeks. Make your dreams real. Give tangible birth to the things that you've had on your mind and in your heart for a while. Spider Spirit is our creative, right? The weaver of the web. Also embodies that number 8. So if 8 is an important number in your life for any reason, you may be noticing that or feeling that. Spider has 8 legs, and she's also shaped like a little number 8. You know, this is creative energy. This is, you know, really putting things together, connecting the dots. You may be, you know, making something new. You may be getting super crafty. Some, you know, Pisces are known for being super artistic and creative. So if that rings true for you, this next 2 weeks could be an amazingly creative time. A time where you really start putting some things together that make you super happy. Let's get into it. Let's get into your tarot, Pisces. Coming into your own. My goodness, fishy folks. These cards are awesome. This makes me happy that I am an honorary Pisces. It does. These are great cards. Oh my goodness. White Peacock Spirit, 9 of Pentacles. You are enjoying your work. You are enjoying the things you're manifesting or have manifested. You are feeling very strong about that. No matter what your situation in life is, like you're just feeling very good about the direction you're going, whether you've already kind of hit a plateau and manifested something amazing, or whether, you know, you're just starting to, you know, embark on that path. Either way, this is just a fabulous card. I love that this goat card came up while we're still in Capricorn time, because it is the goat card, the goat season. 6 of Pentacles. To me, this is a card that it's ruled by Taurus and Libra. It's a card of balance and reciprocity. So I feel like with this, I love to see it for Pisces, because Pisces is one of those signs that can truly give till it bleeds. They can give to everyone else and not keep enough for themselves. And so this card really shows that you are learning or have learned that lesson, or implementing the lesson of equal give and take, where you're not just draining yourself dry for someone else. And in your relationships or work experiences, you are definitely requiring that people meet you halfway. at the very least, right? I just love the card. Yeah, this is just rewards. Yeah, generosity and establishing boundaries. Boundaries are an important thing for Pisces. But I feel like something beautiful is really coming full circle for you, Pisces, over this next couple weeks. We've got the Macaw Spirit, which is the World card. The World card is the last card of the major arcana. It is ruled by the planet Saturn, which is Capricorn's ruling planet. Definitely getting some nice big goat energy on this reading for you guys. But to me, the World card really represents a positive completion of a cycle. Could be some karma, you know, finally working itself out in your favor. It's like the end of one cycle, but the beginning of something new. I love the way this reading feels. It just feels so good. And Pisces, if you happen to have some earth energy, like if you have some Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus in your chart, you might be feeling this one even more because this is a very earthy reading. Like insanely earthy. It's like the most like earthy read that you could get. On the bottom of the deck, look at this, it just doesn't stop, is the Pig Spirit, our 10 of Pentacles. So to me, this is the ultimate like wealth, health, abundance, stability, relationships being good, family connections being good, whatever those are for you. Maybe work turning out a lot better. Maybe you got a windfall of money that you'd been hoping for a while. This is excellent. I love this reading. I feel like you are manifesting like crazy the second half of January. And you're gonna be, Pisces is gonna be swimming into February like, yeah, I did it. I did it. I completed some big cycles, some big karmic challenge. Yes, let's get into an affirmation on this for you guys. It is a prosperity reading. Confirmation. Confirmation. Frog of prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. The frog is also about cleansing and clearing. It's both. It's cleansing, clearing, detoxing yourself and your environment, and also about prosperity. Yeah, this is a great abundance reading for the fish. Y'all need this. You know, Daisy, seeing her chat, she says, I make crafts all the time. You could be turning something that you make into a side hustle, into extra income. It's very, very possible this next 2 weeks, next month or so. With a reading like this, girls and boys, this is beautiful. I'm so happy I have lots of Pisces in my chart because this one, I'm feeling this one. I like it. Tell a Capricorn, this is a good reading. It's a good one. You've needed one like that for a while, Pisces. You've needed some prosperity and abundance. I know. Let's get into your moon reading now. This is going to be for the full moon in Cancer. That is tonight. So, you know, those cycles of the moon, they last like 2 weeks to 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, you know, tonight's the full moon. So in 2 weeks will be the new moon. Another 2 weeks after that is the full moon again, right? So you'll mostly feel these messages the next 2 weeks, but you could feel them as strong as up until next month's full moon or beyond, depending on what comes out. So let's see what we have. Please, dear Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Pisces for this Cancer full moon. Anything they need to see for their best. Let's see what they are mostly focused on right now at this time with the full moon Cancer energy. Wow, I mean, look at this. I just feel like for Pisces, things are going to a huge new level. Look at this. This is your main focus card. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Something's changing. Something is changing. And there is this energy of release. It's like you're letting go of something that isn't working so that you can embrace something that is working. I'm having fun with this Pisces reading tonight. This is a really, really good one. I'm glad I got some fishies in the chat too. Strawberry and Daisy are here, so I'm really happy to see that too. See, I'm an honorary Pisces. My sun sign is in the Pisces house. My Venus is in Pisces, and I am a progressed Pisces sun sign for the last 15 years. So I'm like, I'm about the most Pisces Capricorn you could run into. I also have a lot of Aquarius. It's like those three signs are huge for me. Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces. Sometimes I feel more like a Pisces because I'm so dang emotional. I do. It's so emotional. I feel everybody's feelings. It's a tough one sometimes, I know. Let's clarify this new moon eclipse card for Pisces, please. Oh, this is like almost my favorite card of this deck, the self-love card. Yes, I cannot even begin to tell you like how great this card is, how wonderful it feels. I feel like that is a huge thing that is changing, Pisces, is that you are loving and accepting yourself like never before. You're doing what's right for you. You're taking those self-care days. You're not listening to people's negative opinions of you, their put-downs, their trash that they try to project onto you. You're just like, no. I'm wearing my flower crown. And when I'm doing that, I'm not listening to that. Which is always. Let's get some manifestations on this. I feel like this is so positive. Look at that. Yes. Look at this. The manifestations are the full moon in Taurus. Detoxify. Detoxify and cleanse and get in touch with the earth. And then the other one I pulled as well. I pulled two. One from the top and the bottom. We have the full moon in Gemini. Embrace the flow of life. So it's not about, you know, fighting things or, you know, changing the flow. It's going with it. That's really important for all signs right now, for everybody. It's very, this going with the flow of life is super important. But I think right now it's really, Pisces, it's really important for you. Look at that. We had self-love and we had self-reflection on the bottom. Look at this. It is very, very much about looking at yourself, reflecting upon yourself, and loving yourself, because really, I feel like you're detoxing a lot of the negative crap that people have projected on you. And it's so easy to project it onto a Pisces because not only are they so loving and so open, we also, you know, people with any Pisces influence, we just, you know, pull into that. And look what was on the bottom of the top card. The end of a tough cycle is approaching. There you go. Because it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Tortuga. How's Tortuga doing? I often think of Tortuga because my little Arthur bunny is a tortoiseshell colored bunny, and so one of his many nicknames is Tortuga, and his name is Arthur too. So it's really funny. I have a bunny named Arthur who is a little Tortuga, tortoiseshell Dutch. I'm gonna spray a little holy water here for the Pisces, for the water signs. You know, 3 nights in a row my possum has visited to me. I have a couple possums that hang out in my backyard, and I put a lot of organic compost out into the yard, and you know what happens? The possums come and eat it. They like to eat a good bit of it, and it's really funny because like they know that I put it out there. They've made that connection. They've seen me enough times when I'm out there putting the veggie and fruit scraps out in the yard. And so the last 3 nights I have been resting a lot because I haven't been feeling well. And as I'm laying there, the possum comes right up outside the window. And there's this holly bush that's so big it's like a tree. And he climbs up and he looks in my window like, hey girl, hey. So I found the possum coming in and really looking at me, like, not just like, you know, by accident. Like, no, he's like meaning to climb up there and look in my window and be like, you okay in there? What you doing? You all right? Like, so, this is the last 3 nights. I keep looking and wondering if he's going to climb up there. I think when he can see me in the bed, he's like, let's check in on her. She's the trash lady. I'm so nocturnal, and so my little spirit animals are very nocturnal. I got possums and owls. That's always, I hear the owls, and I'm hanging with the possums, so it's just really funny. Those are my folks. All right, so we've got 3 more left. We got Aries, Taurus, Gemini coming up. Because we started with Cancer. So if you missed your sign, anyone that's watching, you can always scoot back and watch it, or I will, as soon as possible, have timestamps up after this live stream ends. And I will post those in the comments. All right, so Aries, let's see what we've got for our fabulous Rams. I hope you guys are doing good, Aries. I know that Capricorn season can be a bit challenging, especially for Aries and Libra. They have the hardest time during Capricorn season. So let's see what we have got for Aries. This is going to be a 2-for-1 reading tonight, guys. We are doing both your spirit animal messages for the next 2 weeks, as well as the full moon messages as well, because this is the full moon in Cancer. Full moon in Cancer tonight. So let's see what we have got. Dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends, show us what you have for our beautiful Aries out there. Anything that they need to know for their best and highest. And let's start with one main spirit animal guardian that will be helping them out the most for this second half of January. Look at that one. I like that. The electric eel spirit. The electric slide. Bring your ideas to life. Ooh, it's time to electrify your ideas, Aries. Funny, I have a Aries friend online who has been working on getting like a podcast together and doing more online communication. I think this is a perfect message for someone like that, you know, because electricity, you know, that electric energy does deal with online or internet connections, phone connections, things like that. And so this is about, you know, if you've had something in your life that, especially if you've been planning it for a while, it's time to bring it to life. It's time to electrify that, or get moving a little bit further on your dreams, on your ambitions, on the things that you've been wanting to accomplish here, Aries. Let's get into some animal tarot for you. We're going to pull some cards to see some deeper messages for the second half of the month. Aww. Well, you've got to feel a little bit special here, Aries. You got the Dragon Chat's favorite card in your reading, the blue-footed booby. He's our little mascot of the spirit animal readings that we do. He is the Two of Swords in this tarot deck, and so this is Libra energy. It is about being at a crossroads, maybe being at an impasse, having to make some decisions. Maybe it's decisions you know you've needed to make, but I'd say over the next 2 weeks, you may be into that place where it's time to think about making that big choice and moving things forward. Second card out is going to be our rabbit spirit, the Seven of Pentacles. So I think it's about moving forward with your plans here. Like, you've got to make a specific decision here, Aries, and then once you do, it's time to start planting that garden, start to, you know, cultivate it and watch it grow. It does take patience. Yes, it does. But you've got some major cards of like indecision, impasse, being at a crossroads. We've got the Hanged Man coming out here. This is ruled by Neptune, very Piscean, very Pisces, right? And so this is really saying, you know, one cycle has not yet completed and another cycle has not yet started, right? There is a lot of indecision on this. So Aries, I would say be patient with yourself and others, because look at this. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Beaver Spirit, the Seven of Cups. This is definitely like an information overload or emotional overload, trying to make a decision between a whole bunch of different options. I'm just going to keep pulling. After that was the Weasel with the Seven of Swords. So I feel like, you know, the reason that you haven't made a decision quite yet is you don't feel like you have all the answers. You don't have all the information, or somebody might be hiding something from you. They might be keeping all the information from you. But the Three of Wands is on here too. So I would say give it time. Give it time, because it will come to you. The Three of Wands, you don't really have to chase it down too heavy. You will have to make some choices. There's no doubt about that, but it's going to come to you. But right now you don't have all of the information about someone or something in your life, and it's important not to act until you do. But if they keep, you know, if people keep playing games with you or messing around with you, you might just decide to step out of there, right? And that would be okay too. Let's get an affirmation on this, please, for Aries. Well, we got that one coming out. I'm going to get you another one, though. Yeah, right now I actually feel like this is the most important message in a way. The snow leopard, the self-reliance. Like, don't worry too much about what other people are doing or not doing or saying or not saying. Rely on yourself this next couple weeks. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. All right? Don't, it may even not even be a time to attract a lot of attention to yourself. You know, just really kind of play it cool, play it quiet. I know it's a little tough for Aries because usually you're kind of crash, boom, bang, but this is definitely a time to kind of be a little bit more under the radar. This was the one that flipped out, the wolf, the pathfinder. Releasing your past, starting a new journey. You're a teacher that helps others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power, and you have a love that endures. Both of these feel very much like self-directed, focused on finding your path. Very nice. Very nice. Let's get into next your moon reading. Like I said, this is a 2-for-1 deal. Tonight is the full moon in Cancer. So Aries, let's see what we have for you. Let's see what main messages come through for you with that. Dear angels, guardians, guides, let's see what we have for Aries for this full moon. Let's see what their main focus at this time is. Look at that, yes. Have faith in your dreams, Aries. I know, I feel like there's a lot of challenge around you right now, maybe a lot of indecision, a lot of ups and downs, but don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up. Keep the faith, you know, keep your perseverance on this. Don't let go of your dreams. Let's get into, yeah, and that's the waxing crescent. So you might really feel this come into play a little bit more once we get into the beginning of February. Just want to put that out there. You know, we are in the full moon right now, but when you get a card like that, I feel like the message that's coming through with this full moon is that, you know, once that waxing crescent comes, it may give you a greater sense of momentum. I feel like you're dealing with some other things this next 2 weeks. All right, let's see what we have clarifying this for you. Yeah, just take some time for yourself. You know, we've got the beauty card. This could be time to just beautify yourself from the inside out. This could be time to make your surroundings more aesthetically pleasing. It could be time for a little bit of kind of feng shui or reorganization of your environment, because I do feel that when your environment. You always, you know how it is. Whenever you've cleaned the house or, you know, kind of organized things, it always feels better. So that's something that you can, you know, actively do to help, you know, those dreams along, to help your progress along, is just getting things in a much more clear aesthetic place for yourself. Let's get some manifestations on this. How is this likely to play out? What do you need to focus on or be aware of? Look at that. Yeah, you're going to be fine. You are going to be fine. The outcome manifestation card is the new moon in Leo. So shine. It is. You know, I feel like, you know, and Aries energy is fire energy. Leo is fire energy. So it really is a very positive card coming through. Hey there, Colin. Thank you for that donation, hon. I really appreciate it. Happy Cancer moon tonight. So this is definitely about you showing off, shining your worth. And the other card that came up off of the bottom was the Clear Your Mind card, last quarter moon in Gemini. So I would also say, Aries, the more that you can, you know, release unnecessary or negative thoughts, the better, right? Don't second guess yourself. All right, guys, we've got 2 left. We've got Taurus and Gemini. And yes, if anyone wants to donate, you can hit that super chat button. Yes. And I also have my PayPal me link posted down below in the description box for anybody that would prefer to donate through PayPal. So those are there and available. All right. All right, so Taurus, you are up next. Let's see what we have for you. I think that the full moon in Cancer is a great time for Taurus. Cancer is a supportive sign to your sign. That's what we've got tonight. So Taurus, this is a 2-for-1 reading. I'm going to be doing your spirit animal messages for the next 2 weeks. That'd be the second half of January 2022. And I will also be pulling a few cards to give you some messages and advice around this full moon that we're having tonight. So let's start out with our spirit animals. Dear spirit animal guardians, guides, and friends, let's see what we have got for our beautiful Taurus folks. Anything that they need to see for their highest and best good. And please, let's start with one main spirit animal that will be helping to guide and protect them throughout this next couple weeks. All right, so Taurus, think on your feet. This is a time for agility, using your clever mind, being versatile, right? You know, don't get too stuck. Don't get too stuck or stagnant or rigid in your thinking, right? The fox requires agility, flexibility. It requires a versatile spirit. So Taurus, you are a sign that can get very stubborn. You can get very, very stuck in your ways and kind of dedicated to things only being one certain way. But the fox spirit definitely says, Taurus, change it up, think quicker, move it faster, because, you know, you might need to do that in order to cooperate and collaborate with others, right? I also just had to crack up. I looked on the bottom of the deck, because sometimes there's just always something kind of funny, complimentary. So Taurus, you not only have the fox, you have the rabbit. The rabbit's on the bottom. Fox is always chasing the bunny. Bunny's always getting away from the fox. I think that's a little funny. And both of them are very fast. Like, these are quick animals. And the rabbit brings through a lot of luck, a lot of abundance. So you could literally look at these two and say, if you're thinking on your feet, using your mind, being flexible, versatile, that's going to bring you a lot of luck, right? It also can't help it. It reminds me of Zootopia. It's Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps there. You might need to watch that movie this week, Taurus. Do 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 do. That's cool, HW. Saw a couple fox. Yeah, they're really unique. We do have them in my neighborhood. We do have them around here for sure. Oh, the fox went out on a chilly night. He prayed for the moon to give him light. He many mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, yeah, that's an old song about the fox went out on a chilly night, and it is a chilly night here with that fox. All right, Taurus. Hey, Ocean, good to see you. Let's see what we've got for you in your animal tarot next, Taurus. Let's see what these messages come through for the next couple weeks for you. I tell you, oh my goodness, guys, 777. Look alive, Taurus. Do not let your stubbornness or your rigidity be your downfall this week. I'm telling you, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Look at that. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. And 7s are very much about movement. They are about learning something new. They are about opening your mind. The number 7 in the major arcana is the Chariot. So it definitely deals with something moving forward. And you may be really challenged about that. You may feel like, nope, I know what's best. I'm going to die on this hill. I'm not going to step down for anybody, right? With that 7 of Wands. You may have a lot of options. You may be feeling very overwhelmed. You might have a lot of decisions you feel like you've got to make on your plate, or just feeling like you've got too much going on, and you might be feeling pretty stressed. And there's something that's complicated or compromised in either a personal relationship or a work situation with this 7 of Swords, because the 7 of Swords is always information that's not out in the open, or either somebody that's not sharing, you know, themselves openly with you, or you may not be sharing yourself completely openly with them. So this is a challenging couple weeks, Taurus. And I would say, yeah, flexibility, adaptability are, yeah, they're just a little important. That's putting it mildly. The more that you can go with the flow here, the better, because right now I feel like you're very overwhelmed and you're very like set in your ways about how things have to be. And you may be dealing vice versa with somebody else that's like that too. And if you're both like that, there's a whole lot of headbutting going on. Yeah. You've got to make some choices. You could be at an impasse. You could be at a crossroads with yourself or someone. This is Libra energy. Our little blue-footed booby is coming in here. 2 of Swords. So this is about making some choices, and they may not be easy ones to make. Because you're stubborn. Because you're stubborn. Under that card was the Rhinoceros, King of Pentacles. There's your card, Taurus. You know, this is a beautiful card. It's very stable, loyal, loving. Yeah, resilient, but I tell you what, it's stubborn as heck. And don't let that be your downfall, because there's a lot of good that could be accessed here, right? There's so much good that could come through, but there is some real stubborn, rigid energy that I'm sensing. You know, and it might make it harder for people to share with you if you're being very, you know, guarded or have those walls super up, or just really dug in about something. Like they don't feel like they can even talk about it because they already know what they're going to hear from you. So, and if it's not you, because sometimes this can play out from the other person. If it's not you, if you're feeling that way about somebody, that's something you got to work on. It's like, because this is going to give somebody the feeling of like chipping away at a rock just to get a conversation going. Wow. Time for some flexibility to come into this. Let's get an affirmation on this for you, Taurus. And yes, I mean, this is an assertive energy, which isn't bad, right? With the cougar spirit. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. And that's a very positive message. I almost feel like what I get from this, it's like it's more about actions than words, right? Let your actions speak for you. Yeah, let assertive, positive actions speak for you this next couple weeks. And now it's time for your full moon reading. Let's pull a few cards for this full moon in Cancer, please. This is going to be for Taurus. Dear Spirit, what is Taurus focusing on as we sit in the energy of this full moon in Cancer? Telling you that it's about balance. The message coming through for you is very much about balance here. The new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins, new relationship cycle begins, right? You've got to have some new beginnings in your love life. We had that Two of Swords, Libra energy. There's got to be some decisions because y'all are at an impasse. Whatever it is, there's something that's like you're at a crossroads. You know, both of you might be really, stubbornly dug in, like, I'm not going to change, you change. I'm not going to change, you change. It can be like that. And so it's about balance. It's about compromise. It's about working together. Let's get a clarifier on top of this new moon in Libra, please, for Taurus. And there it is. Oh, the beauty card again, right? Aries had this too. I think that actually the way that you say things and the way that you come across has a lot to do with the outcomes that you get, right? You know, if you are aesthetically pleasing, if you put your best face forward or best words or best attitudes forward, it's going to come out so much nicer than it would if you were harsh, rigid, unbending. The fox and the rabbit, these are both very quick, flexible little guys. These are animals that, they change and adapt very quickly based on what they're receiving in their environment. And that's what you got to start embodying this next couple weeks here, Taurus. Let's get into some manifestations on this. That Pisces energy's been coming up big. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Okay, this I almost feel is the strongest message here. It really does embody this reading. First card that came out off the top was attuned to the divine, new moon in Pisces. I feel it is very important for you to attune to that much more spiritual, gentle, flexible, easygoing, compassionate, willing to compromise energy. That's what comes through with Pisces. It's time for this. And look at what came up off the bottom of the deck was the Capricorn first quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. Oh my goodness. That's absolutely what I was saying. It's changing that attitude to something that's very kind, compassionate, willing to compromise, willing to see both sides of a situation. Wow. I like it. All right, guys, we are down to our last sign of the night. And here we are with Miss Gemini, Mr. and Mr. Gemini. Our little twin stars. So I hope you guys are doing great, Gemini. This is going to be your reading for two things. We're actually doing kind of a 2-for-1. This will appeal to Gemini. You get one reading for both of your twins. We're doing the spirit animal messages for the second half of January, and this is also going to be a few cards pulled for your full moon. Messages, because our full moon is tonight in the sign of Cancer. So let's go ahead and see what we have for Gemini. Dear spirit animals, guardians, guides, and friends, let's see what we have for our beautiful Geminis. Anything that they need to know for their highest and best good, please. All right, let's start with one main spirit animal that's going to be helping you out the most here, Gemini. Sometimes I'll pull two, depending on how it feels. Usually just one, but sometimes two. favorites. Love this card, the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song, be your own self, speak your own mind, Gemini, and have fun doing it, right? Find creative ways to communicate. I think that's important too. You know, if you are a vocalist, if you're a singer, a speaker, a writer, this could be extra important for you. But, you know, Gemini is the communication sign. So it is about talking. It is about speaking very much, very, very much. We also got to point out yet again that, you know, our Mercury retrograde is on until February 3rd. It is in the sign of Aquarius, so it is in a fellow air sign. Your mind will be doing a lot of review the next couple of weeks, so don't be surprised by that. This card on the bottom was the Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. So you may be working through some things that are a little bit challenging at times, but the way that you really get through it is by being very authentic to your own voice, to your own self, right? Speak your truth. Even if it's challenging sometimes, definitely speak your truth. Let's get into your animal tarot for the second half of January. Let's see what we've got for Gemini, please. Boy, these guys just don't want to stop tonight. They don't want to stop now. They're like, we're here. Oof. You and Taurus, and there was one or two other signs that had these. I think Aquarius might have had this. Starting out with our Weasel card, and this is why it's so important to speak your truth and be very authentic to yourself. You may be dealing with people that aren't. You may be dealing with people that aren't being completely honest and open with you. And you don't want to fall into that habit of being that way back, right? Now, if it's not safe or it's not good or healthy for you, I don't recommend, you know, being all open and vulnerable with people that are just going to hurt you. Not at all. But I would say that, you know, the Weasel, Seven of Swords, is often a guy who wears a mask, doesn't show you everything. Can also be, you know, the kind of person that steals other people's light and energy because they don't have enough for themselves. It's a little bit of that narcissistic energy. So look behind the mask. Make sure that you're not wearing one, Gemini. Make sure that you're being very open, honest, and not like doing the double talk thing, right? Don't say one thing and do another kind of deal. In the center, we have our blue-footed booby. Here he comes back again. We've actually seen quite a bit of him tonight. And that is our Two of Swords. So to me, there is some decision making. There is a crossroads, an impasse. You might be really stressed about this, Gemini. You might be really feeling like, oh yeah, I got to make this choice. It's very important. Maybe you've been procrastinating over it for a while, but always with that Two of Swords, it's like as soon as we come out of that, you know, procrastination or out of that stagnation, things do start to get a lot better for us. Sorry, guys. Oh, get a little sleepy. It's the end of the night. So Rhinoceros Spirit is our third card out. The King of Pentacles. Very, very strong Taurus energy, which can be very positive, but also a little challenging because he is very stubborn, right? He's rooted, grounded, stable. Doesn't like a whole lot of change, that's for sure. He likes to do things slow and steady, but he also likes to enjoy life. So, you know, whenever I see that, to me, this is a good person in your life. This is people that are stable, loyal, honest, direct. They have a good sense of self-worth under them. On the bottom of the deck, we did have the Beaver Spirit, our Seven of Cups. So again, you know, I felt that with let's see, was it the sign just before? We've had a couple of signs tonight where it's like there's a real thing where they're going through a lot of choices, feeling overwhelmed with emotions or with, you know, how much they've got on their plate. And you may be very much feeling a lot of that too, Gemini. This is the next couple of weeks that are important to make some decisions. And you've got to make sure that the people that you're involved with are being above board and honest about those decisions. That may be partly why you've been kind of on the edge, like, should I do this? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I trust this person? all that kind of stuff coming up. Let's get into an affirmation on this. The whale, look at this. Okay, so Gemini, I think it's interesting that you're getting two cards where the message is very much about singing. The canary spirit, sing your own song. The humpback whale, the singer, right? Both of these are very much about being vocal, telling your truth, speaking your true authentic voice. Very interesting. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. So, you know, Gemini, I feel like, you know, I love that it says sing healing songs, because I feel like there's something more spiritually grounded to this than just like sing a song, right? It's not like that. It's like you're singing from your soul. So you might be kind of, you know, maybe doing some spiritual chanting, singing spiritual music, something that has a little more of that depth. It's kind of funny. One of my favorite Geminis is Krishna Das, and he is a Hindu kirtan chant singer, and he's a Gemini. So I think it's very funny this is all coming out. This could be his reading for sure. But I would say, Gemini, that's a directive this week, is to be healing, singing healing songs that heal yourself and others around you. Because like in his practice, that's like, you know, that is kind of the practice, is just singing, chanting the names of the divine. It's very beautiful. So Gemini, next we are going to be doing the second part of your reading. This is going to be a couple cards for the full moon in Cancer tonight. Let's see what we have for the lunar cycles for our Geminis. Let's see what comes out for them. And dear Spirit, let's see what the main focus, the main message that is for Gemini right now. All right. Yeah, be bold. Don't back down. Cardinal energy. Be bold and make the first move. So Gemini, definitely stand up for yourself. Definitely speak your truth. Don't be afraid to take the leadership role. Don't be afraid to make the first move or take the first step towards what you want. You might have really been, the other thing I'm picking up, and I don't know, you know, this may be more specific for a couple of you because these are general readings, but I'm also getting the sense with that Seven of Swords and then having, you know, the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords, it's like there may be someone or somebody that's been in your life who has been really not nice to you and has maybe told you that, like, what you're doing doesn't matter, or that it's not good enough, or that you can't do it. That's another, that you don't have what it takes. And this is kind of saying, screw you. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna forge ahead. Look at this on the bottom. Have faith in your dreams. Just saying. So for any Geminis that have been experiencing people kind of putting down or dismissing or discouraging their dreams, don't listen to those people. Those are the Seven of Swords that need to go. All right, so let's get into a clarifier on this. Yes, and you are assessing where you want to go next. Look at that. Yeah, take out that telescope, Gemini. It's time to look into the future. You may not be acting on it this next few weeks, but you're definitely looking over your options. And, you know, that's a bold move right there in itself, because it's like, fine, I'm going to look and see what I can see. Look and see what's coming next. Yeah. You're hungry for some kind of change here, Gemini. You're hungry for some kind of change. I feel that. Let's get into some manifestations. Let's see how this can work out. And keep in mind, you know, these full moon cycles last from full moon to full moon, so you may well be feeling those energies up until next month's full moon. Oh, I like it. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Perfect card. The manifestation here. First quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. That's it. And release control. And it may be, I get more of the feeling that there could have been somebody on the outside trying to control you. Or you may be trying to control a situation. And that just doesn't work, right? So the more that you release the control from yourself or from others, and you get through those insecurities, that's what it's about. Because I definitely have got the sense around some of you that either someone or yourself has been putting you down and making you feel like you can't do it, like you can't accomplish what you want. Let's get that feeling there. So it's time to push through that. It's time to put that aside. Yeah. You know how it is when someone says something, you know, negative about what we're doing, and it can kind of set up shop in our head, and it really wasn't that big of a deal because the person that said it was just speaking out of their own insecurity. You know, we all have our insecurities. We all do. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, my folks, my dragon members. Hit that subscribe button on the way out if you have not yet done so. Hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. All of that does help me get my videos out more into the YouTube algorithm. So always appreciated, guys. Let's see, I'm not sure what's coming up next. I will try to stream when I have the energy because like I said, I'm still getting through something. Not exactly sure what it is, but I'm definitely getting through some things. Oh yeah, maybe I will live stream quickly for my birthday. My birthday is on Wednesday the 19th, so I'll try to pop in. I'll try to pop in for that, just to say hi. I'm not going out anywhere. I'm just not. There's too many sickies, too many sick people, too many germs floating around right now. And I'm battling something in my sinuses, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to stay home, cook my own something tasty, and make a cake. So... and then I'll jump on and say hi to you guys for sure. All right, my darlings. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Rest, stay warm, relax, take good care of yourself. It's time to hibernate. It's time to hibernate the next 2 weeks, folks. Take care, y'all. See you very, very soon. As you would say, or as Walter Mercado would say, mucho, mucho amor to you. See you soon, y'all. Take care.